Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Joe.
I'm Parker.
And we were watching Juice WRLD freestyles. Well, we were watching on the
Musical
YouTube.
videos.
We were listening to the videos that are accompanied by music, and we were getting into some of them. Don't wink at me. Don't wink at me. There's no shotties in here, dude. That makes it weird.
I didn't mean to wink at you.
Don't. Disgusting. So, I was listening.
Back to Juice WRLD.
I wasn't gonna say that. So I was listening to Juice WRLD freestyle. We were listening to Juice WRLD freestyle, and we started thinking like he likes Lil Peep, right? I mean, it's good sometimes, occasionally, but like it's very sad. So if I want to get sad, I'll go Juice WRLD. I like Juice WRLD.
With Peep, everyone's like, oh, all of his best shit is like The Bright Side, Problems. What's the other one with?
I kind of like that though.
Well, no, they're good songs.
I like both
still.
of those songs.
Like Lucid Dreams is a good song still. It's just overhyped. You know, same with like some of X's songs.
I don't know if it's overhyped. I just think it's not the. I think it's. I don't know why, but I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like I'll listen to it, and the first time I'm like, okay, I don't really like this, but a lot of stuff I'll listen to just because of. Like you're right, it's a good song, but I don't want to hear it all the time. And I think that a lot of the views on it are like people just wanting to stay informed. I could be wrong, but don't you want like when you see some shit that's like pop culture, don't you kind of want to know, or you see because then you see memes, you don't like understand shit. Like you want to be informed.
Yeah, you want to be informed, and also, well, Lucid Dreams is the one that popped off.
Exactly.
You look up Juice WRLD, and that's gonna be the fucking the top result. Same with if you look up Lil Xan, even though it's been fucking 4 years or whatever, Betrayed is still gonna be the fucking top result.
Yeah, but that one with Diplo, was Diplo? It's Diplo.
It's Diplo, yeah.
Diplo, Colorblind was good.
Was that the name of it? Was that the one where he's walking around the party?
Yeah.
Dude, I could never figure out what was wrong with him, like why he looked like a fucking shark. But it's because he
why
has
you
like
gotta hate?
Because he just looks weird to me. I'm sorry, but he has like a chip right here. So there's like a triangle in the front of his teeth, and he doesn't have one of the Cupid's things or whatever the fuck these are called, the cleft things or whatever.
I don't know.
So it's just like he's like a fat lip with like a chipped triangle teeth. It's weird.
I don't know.
No hate, but it's just like I couldn't figure it out. I mean, obviously he's probably getting more bitches than I am, so like go ahead. But like,
I mean, I don't know why. I don't really. I like some of his music, not all of it. I don't know if he's done anything recently, but it also, I don't know. I like different. Like I like everything, a little bit of everything, but not.
Do you like Russ?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So, but I like Mac Miller, some of his stuff.
Yeah, I like
it's
Mac
not
Miller.
my favorite. You know, I like some of everybody. I think. I mean,
yeah, everyone has a song that I like.
Exactly, probably. But that's what I was saying. That's where we differ. Like I'll go more Juice WRLD. You're going more Peep. You like Peep. Like you'll listen to it all the time, throughout, forever. You know what I mean? Like you'll listen to what you're discovering and Peep.
Yeah. He's always gonna be liked in my playlist.
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody has somebody like that though, and I don't think I do because I'm always listening. Like I'll listen to a bunch of people that I've always listened to, and so it's not one. You know, I have like 5 that I always keep in rotation.
Can I guess those real quick?
I don't know what they are actually.
All right,
I would have
let me
to
throw
think.
some out.
Okay.
Juice WRLD. As of recent, probably.
Not really, because that's like a mood.
Okay.
I'm not always listening to it. Like
Jeezy.
there'll be like the same thing. There'll be like a half a year where I don't listen to that. It's probably in rotation all the time. Travis Scott.
Okay.
Probably 21 Savage.
Okay. Who else?
I don't know.
Vaughn?
King Von? No, that's a mood.
Not really, yeah.
No, are you kidding me? I'd be like beating the shit out of like
everything, punching holes in the wall.
Just be angry, dude.
I'm trying to think, because like Peep and Tracy probably for sure always are there.
Yeah, you like Lil Tracy. I like Lil Tracy too.
Tracy's goated in my book already.
Okay. Did you look up a video of him where he had like ran away from home when he was 16?
Yeah, bro.
And then he comes back and he's like, "Hi, mom."
Yeah, his mama's fucking like some reality person, right? She has her own. She had her own TV show on. It was some like CW network, you know.
Like when?
Probably like 2012.
Oh, so it's not that.
But he was 16 or some shit, right? And he fucking like ran away for 3 days in the Virginia woods.
Why?
just like, I mean,
I'm running away.
Yeah. And he comes back and they're like, "Oh my God, Jazz," because his real name's fucking Jazz, and he has his head down. He's like, "Hi, mom." It's funny as fuck, dude. But I can't I literally could not find any other. It was that, and it was literally mirrored so it wouldn't get taken off YouTube. I can't find any other episodes of that shit on YouTube.
Dude, I don't know if it's the podcast or what it is, but all of a sudden I just cannot think of, like, because I was gonna ask you, who's the rapper you think you know the most about, like, their personal shit? Would it be Peep, their life and their backstory? Because I never give a shit too much. Like, it's always, I don't think it's with rappers that never happened to me. It's kind of sometimes with, not even with sports stars. I don't know. It's just like military guys.
Yeah, like the podcast people that you talk about.
Yeah, and like I don't know.
Because you listen to them on podcasts. See, I listen to rappers and shit on podcasts. So like I know like Pete probably just because he has like a full documentary, and so I learned a lot of shit from that. I know a lot about Logic because he was like the first rapper I listened to.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, for some reason, for me, I've always like thought he was just like just because of what he did. Just I always was like, how did you? I don't know why. He had a cool story though, kind of sad. Like we saw that Pumping Iron documentary. I mean, he's like he was kind of an asshole.
The thumbnail.
Oh, sorry. Well, I saw it. I don't know if you've seen it before.
I've never watched it. No.
He's kind of he's kind of an asshole when he's young, but it was like competitive asshole. It's his ego.
It's ego.
And he was just kind of like he just was charismatic. I feel like, and you know. He was a smart dude. Like if you watch that, they said that even after his bodybuilding stuff, I'm trying to recall, but he turned a lot of his bodybuilding championship winnings and stuff into real estate stuff, and so he was already doing well long before he was an actor or anything. But then
I believe that. I
guess they put him in this movie where it was real weird because it was like in 1969 or something, and he's this guy, and I just saw a clip of it on I don't think it was Pumping Iron, it was just a documentary about him where he like takes his shirt off, he's talking to this girl, but when he starts talking, it's not his voice. They dubbed it over, so it was weird.
Why?
Because he couldn't speak. He had the accent.
Oh.
But then there was, I don't know who did Terminator. Was that James Cameron? Yeah, James Cameron.
That was James Cameron. Okay.
I think Arnold was talking because Arnold was supposed to be, who's the main guy? Reese. I don't remember his name, but Michael Biehn plays him in Terminator in the first one, in like the 1984 one. Yeah. So I think that was supposed to be, Arnold was supposed to be that guy, the guy that comes back from the future.
Just speak
no, he was talking to James Cameron like about the character, like how the Terminator should be played, you know, mannerisms and how he should carry himself as this machine and all this stuff. And I think James Cameron, and it could have not been him, it could have been the casting, I don't know, but this is just a story I heard. And I think this was Arnold telling us, but he said to Arnold, well, you seem to know how to play this character so well and everything. Why don't you switch role? Why don't you be the Terminator? And Arnold was pissed. He was like, no, come on, don't do this to me. The guy has like 4 lines in the whole movie. Like, what are you doing? And then, I mean, it obviously worked out.
It worked out.
They made a lot. But the one with, in the early 2000s, remember when he walks out and he's carrying the casket and they're just shooting it up, remember? With the girl, with Claire Danes and everything? That one he had a lot of... Because he was the good guy in that one. So.
Yeah, he became a well-known actor by then. You know.
I wish I could do a good Arnold accent.
I'm not even gonna.
Keep it down.
You're better than.
Come on,
bro. I always get I know the difference between them, but I always just relate. Who is it? Who was the original Hulk? Like where there was no CGI, they just painted him.
I think it was Lou Ferrigno. Yeah. Lou Ferrigno's in Pumping Iron. That's who he beat.
Oh yeah, Lou Ferrigno.
But Lou Ferrigno came in like third
Rambo?
place.
What's his name? What's his real name?
Who?
Rambo.
Sylvester Stallone.
So yeah, him and Arnold. I always just like relate them for some reason in my mind.
Well, I think they're all different because those two guys different. I like because they had like that friendly rivalry in the 80s or whatever, and I just because I don't know, everybody grew up on those movies, Rocky, Rambo, Terminator, Commando, shit like that, and it's like Arnold was more his thing. These are the two guys I actually...
Well, he's also he was the governor of California.
That's what I'm saying. Crazy. They both achieved a lot of cool stuff. Arnold was like, he was born in Austria. He had like the German strict and shit. Like his dad wanted to be a cop and he like favored his brother, and then his brother died in some kind of car crash or something. Fuck. It was just, but he was like, he was into working out. And he was like, my parents were like, what the hell? You know, other kids had pictures of girls and everything, and I had all these pictures of these bodybuilders in my room. And he's Reg Park and all those guys. And he said that he would break into the gym on Sundays to the whatever it would be, like the rec center in the town, and to work out. And he did good. He won all those Mr. Europe or whatever you call it, won all those competitions, came here, won all the Mr. Olympias. He did well in real estate. Not only that, he got into movies, became a huge movie star, had his companies, all this stuff. And then on top of that, he becomes the governor of California. Stallone wrote Rocky, and I guess he had to sell his dog. Like, he was so poor, he was like sleeping at a bus stop, and And then they wanted to buy Rocky, the script from him, but they said that he couldn't play it. And he's like, no, I want to play the lead part. And then the dude, those are all him. He's a writer, you know what I mean? Plus, they were the action guys. So it's like that. And it's like the Bruce Willis and stuff.
The G.I. Joes. Like, they were like actual real life G.I. Joe shit.
And you look at all the Expendables guys, and it's like those are all the tough guys. That's a joke. It's like all the it's Bruce Willis, you know, Jet Li, all those guys that are like, you know, Dolph Lundgren. But it's like the two tough guys that are even tougher than like John, like the two epitome of tough guys, Stallone and Schwarzenegger. You know, I think I'm missing somebody, but I don't know. I mean, because then later on you had like the John Cena shit, but it just wasn't the same. These guys are like movie stars.
Yeah,
and you don't really have like movies
stars.
Aren't big any. I don't know.
They are, but like actors. They're not. You don't know actors anymore. At least I don't. I know like what's the Tom Cruise is like the biggest actor that's still doing movies consistently.
I don't know what it was about Arnold and Stallone that like got me interested in them. Actually, I think they were just cool as actual people. Whereas Tom Cruise, I think it was just his characters. Like,
yeah, his characters were cool. He played a cool like action dude. He played a cool like James Bond type dude. But he's kind of fucking in real life. He's kind of.
Well, you can't help but hear about him. Like, you always hear the Scientology shit.
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking about, you said James Bond. The other cool guy, rest in peace, Sean Connery just died.
Yeah.
I personally think he was the best James Bond. The Roger Moore one was more of a suave kind of guy. Whereas Daniel Craig, I think, is just like total tough guy. It's action, yeah. So I think they're all different James Bonds. But
you know, when you told me that his brother, Arnold Schwarzenegger's brother, died in a car crash.
I don't know if it was car crash.
But he died?
He died, yeah.
You know who fucking has a sad life but is still doing shit?
Who?
Keanu.
Yeah,
like,
I've heard about that.
His, like, sister died, then his wife died of, like, cancer, and, like, his mom died.
I think she died in a car crash, didn't she?
Or something. I just know they all, like, all of the fucking females in his life died. And I'm like, holy shit. And he's still just, like, doing, like, I mean, he's kept quiet too though recently, but he's in that Cyberpunk game, which was a complete flop at drop. I heard. I'm not playing that shit, but it was a complete.
A couple games annoying me. We could talk about that later on.
But who else? What was that dude's name? His wife died, and he stopped acting, stopped doing everything just to take care of his kids. He was a pretty recognizable actor in, like, from, I'm guessing, like the 90s.
I don't know. You'd have to look that up on your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But going back to James Bond, I had a quick question for you and anybody do you think that the James Bond always changes? I think it might be a code name because in one of the movies, I don't know if it was Skyfall or what, but you know how Judi Dench is Q or M?
Yeah.
So I think one of the villains says like, I heard M's a woman now. So it's like, wait a minute. So M and Q, and then I don't know if it was Skyfall or Spectre or whatever, but Q, you know how the old guy, the actor that obviously in real life he died, but they gave it to that, I don't know if he's reoccurring, but they gave it to the young guy, the new Q, right? So if Q and M are just code names, what if James Bond, and people say, oh, 007 is too, because there's a 006 or a 005, whatever, in one of the movies that gets killed, right? But it's like, okay, but what if the code name is 007, like code name, but the agent name, like when he needs one to put it in a hotel or whatever, is like James Bond.
Is his John Doe or whatever.
Yeah, because they say, oh, you know, if this was real and he gave his name out like that, he'd be dead in seconds. But it's like, yeah, well.
I need to find this actor real quick.
It seems like he does too much though. Like he's like a Navy commander, but then he's doing like he knows this shit. He knows how to dive. He knows how to like he's like a super He's doing everything in one. I don't know if they're. I mean, I know there are CIA agents, but I don't know if they. I don't know, because SEALs, you see that all that stuff. They get like scuba training, they get land warfare training, they get so maybe you get your parachute training, all that stuff. What else does James Bond do?
Fucking.
He can fly. He's just like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's certified. He can just stand in. Like he's like, dude, he's like the hitman. Like think of the hitman. All the shit he knows how to do in the video games that you can do. He literally knows how to play drums if you want to play drums, the guitar. Like think of how he knows how to drive speedboats. Like you know what I'm saying? Or think of the GTA characters. They know how to drive trucks, cars. They know how to drive boats. They know how to fly. Am I reading too much into this? Did you find that yet?
Do you remember a movie where like he was in a fucking? No, that's not him. That's from what's his name? Wayne's World. What's the dude's long name? Or long man?
Well, there's Dana Carvey, who's the blonde
Dana
one.
Carvey.
Dana Carvey's the SNL guy. He always does the pump you up. You know what I mean? That thing. But there's also Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Mike Myers is Wayne. He's like Austin Powers. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, no, I know those two, but it wasn't either of them.
And in Wayne's World?
No, I was thinking that the dude I'm thinking of was the turtle that Dana Carvey played. Or
I don't know who you're talking about. It's not Keanu Reeves? Because he was in that movie Chip and or whatever, Phil and Dave Go Back in Time.
No, it's Bill and Ted's
yeah.
Adventure or whatever.
Hey, have you ever watched Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe? I've never watched it. I hear it referenced.
Either. It's supposed to be pretty good. We should watch it.
So, you know how, like I said, like how you look up songs to stay in with pop culture? Well, I would always hear about the Big Lebowski everywhere, on Jeopardy questions, all this stuff. And I finally watched it. The dude drinks White Russians. Literally, that's it. Like, the dude drinks White Russians. Like,
I've never
then John, what's his face, shines a ball, a bowling ball, and then there's the other, and they're all Vietnam vets and shit, and it's funny, kind of. That's basically the summary. I'm sure I'm hated across the globe right now, but you know what? I'm saying it.
At least you watched it.
Yeah, frick the dude, man.
I have never watched it.
The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
You watched Star Wars, like, right?
Yeah.
You know, what's that guy's name in The Big Lebowski? John something. Can you look that up? The Big Lebowski. Oh, man. I've seen him in so many things. And
Jon Favreau?
No. He was actually, I think he was in Friends and
John
shit.
Goodman?
No.
No?
The other John. Keep going.
John Waters?
No, just look up the cast.
I got you. Hold up.
You know what I'm talking about?
John Goodman. Oh, John Turturro?
John Turturro, yeah. I remember
he's been in so much shit.
Yeah, he was in a movie called To Live and Die in LA. You gotta see that. Dude, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's the main guy. He's an FBI, or not an FBI agent, a Secret Service agent. And the Secret Service, in addition to protecting shit, and they also handle like one of their missions or whatever, or their things that they're assigned to is counterfeit money. So they go after Willem Dafoe. You know that guy?
Yeah.
So they go after him, and he's like really young in this movie, and he's like this weird artist and shit, and he burns his artwork. But it's like a really good movie. I think you'll like it. And it's like a huge plot. It's just a good-ass movie. Check out To Live and Die in L.A., the 1984 one. I think a decent number of people have watched it. I like it.
To Live and Die? What? But John Turturro's been in so much shit.
But this is when John Turturro was young. Like, this is an old movie.
Found the dude, though. Rick Moranis.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, his wife died, and he just completely fucking stopped acting.
Was he the guy in Ghostbusters?
In Spaceballs, and probably, let me see. Yeah, Ghostbusters. Yeah. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Ghostbusters, Spaceball, Little Shop of Horrors. Damn. Bro, do you remember this show?
What is it?
Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends?
I do not.
That just brought back a very deep, dark memory.
I don't know. It looks like a bug show. You know, The Bug's Life? That movie was probably like, in reality, what is it, like a week? What's a bug's life? A week?
Yeah, well, I don't know, yeah. Unless they're super smart, so they just knew how to live.
How do you know they're super smart?
Because we heard them talking.
So thank you so much for listening. Peace.
Deuces.